I am so honored to be here with you, Amit Apel, who is the fifth generation commercial and residential architect and interior designer. I know that you came here in Southern California in 1999. Can you tell us a story and why California?
The reason I came to do a motorcycle adventure trip. I crossed Europe, I crossed the Middle East, and it was time to cross the United States. It was a dream of mine. And I drove the first day on PCH, and I stopped to have a coffee, but I didn't know there's no real coffee shops here. So I stopped in some Mexican restaurant, and this gentleman approached me and asked me if I'm either speaking Hebrew or French. So I told him that I do speak Hebrew. So he said he's a local locksmith from Malibu, and he needs some help. He needs a worker. If I want to make a couple of dollars before I'm continuing my trip, because he saw the bike fill up with all the equipment and everything. So he offered me. I started working with him for a couple of days.
At the locksmith?
At the locksmith. Now, ironically enough, I didn't know where I am. I didn't know that Malibu is where everybody lives in. I had no clue about the United States. But I think the first house we went to fix the locks was Cher's house down on PCH. Great house, but as I've been learning architecture for many years, and I was expecting much more innovation. I was expecting nothing to do with aesthetic, just a matter of learning architecture. Place that have all the money in the world and all the options in the world. I expected much more drama from a structural point of view, and things looks very unsophisticated, although the house was amazing. The house was gorgeous. And then we went to another house, and I saw a repetition of not exploring the engineering aspect of architecture and not exploring the nature of Malibu. So while I was working with him, he challenged me and said, listen, I have a house in Malibu, maybe you'll do some renovation for me, and see if you, with all your judgment, if there's anything you can do. I modestly accepted the challenge, called Israel, the work that I used to work with, and I need a couple of more months. I designed the house. It was a very unique experience. I loved it. I loved the authorities, I liked the people I worked with, and so on. It was very successful when the end product. And from there, other people approached me while I was there, because I was working in a locksmith in a small little locksmith on PCH. So he let me put my art. I used to paint a lot and sculpture a lot and so on. So I used to put the art in the locksmith, and I got a lot of good feedback. And then I said, okay, let's stay for a little bit, see how much I can push.
I have another question. I know, like, before your architectural career, you were into art and like oil paintings and like little decor stuff for the homes. I know, like, even in this house in Maliview, there's a lot of dum-dums, and we're gonna see them. But is that it was your passion? What was it?
I think I'm dyslexic, so I cannot express myself in writing. Passing all the exams in architectural engineering, it wasn't easy as a dyslexic person, but I'm very good in 3D and visuals. I had to compensate most of my life. I believe in practical art. I believe in connecting people to the art of living. I really believe in the art of living, and I think it's an art by itself. So I used to, from very early age, experiment things, with art, because that was my strong point, and make it practical. So every art that I do, I try to find the practicality of it. And I try to, and I think that's what teases me in Malibu also, because Malibu is known to be a place that people have a lot of money, and very successful people. But I think there is a disconnect between the art world and society. And people that think that they cannot afford art, they don't buy art. Now, funny enough, I found out if you make the art practical, more people engage with the art. So when I design homes, I design restaurants or hotels or whatever I do, I try to do a practical factors into the art system itself. And people feel more inclined and feel they deserve it and they can be part of it, because it's just not art for the sake of art. So I think to start in Malibu, where all the money was, and to be able to express myself and combine people that think that they don't deserve, to show them that they can actually be part of it. That was part of my passion of what I do until today. So yes, so the art aspect was always part of what I do.
And then you open your Amit Apel
Gallery store.
Gallery store.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously I didn't have the license to work here. So I started doing a lot of art and coordinate with other architects to be able to express myself. So that was a reason for me to paint and to sculpture and to do a lot of other things and engage with the people. So that's my passion.
And like your Amit Apel Design Corporation, that's when that
Started
established?
in I think in 2000.
In 2000.
We start getting a lot of requests to design homes. Just thinking a little bit outside of the box and do things differently. What I didn't expect is a lot of developers start asking me to do things because the product that I produced was a little bit different. So we had situations people threw eggs on our buildings before they finished it. They didn't really know how to react with that, but it became like a fire. I mean, I finished, I think, my company finished more than 900 homes between Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, Malibu. So we acquire a lot of experience. We were very lucky with great clients and great people to work with.
Amazing. So you build all over in Malibu. I see your signs like everywhere. And I know this property that I'm so honored to represent. It was bought in year, was it
19, yeah.
2019 or 2020. And it was after the fires. So can you tell us more what's actually happening in Malibu and why this property, why you chose it?
So I just live around the corner. I lost my house in the fire in 2018. For more than 20 years, everybody asks me why I don't design my own house. I promised and swear I will never build my own house. I love nature. I like to sit outside in nature. For me, a tent and a motorcycle is more than enough. I do have 4 kids. They do like the tent and the motorcycle. So it was always a joke, how come you're doing so many houses and explore so much, but you don't build to yourself. I crossed all over the world with the motorcycle. I crossed a lot of continents. I like to sleep outside. I like to be part of nature. And someone interviewed one time and asked me, and I said, in 2018, nature came to visit me instead of me visiting the nature, and it came and just washed away and burned everything we had. It was actually a very positive experience for us, although we lost a lot of things, but we could rebuild. So to your question, I had no choice. I had to rebuild my own house. So we did it as a family concept. So I let my kids design their own homes, their own rooms, and my wife and myself, even the dog. And we figure out something and we design it, build it. I think we were the first one to build in Malibu. The process was amazing. The process was really, really, really fun.
It was easier, right? It was easier to get the permits and everything.
It wasn't that easy, to be honest with you, but we were able to achieve that. The thing is that it's a small community and we knew a lot of people that lost their homes and they didn't know what to do and they don't know what to start building and going to permit process and so on. So a lot of people just vacated the property. I lived with my family for more than a year and a half in an RV on the property. We just love nature and we love the properties here. I mean, we have everything here. We have mountains, we have ocean, we have beautiful weather, we have beautiful sunset, beautiful sunrise. And if you actually connect to nature, I think it's one of the most amazing places in the world to live in as nature, regardless of the home. And no wonder the Native Americans, that's where the main place, because it's just amazing. I think there's something sacred in this place. So when I saw the opportunity to express myself again and not let just building pop up here with no common sense, I would say, without understanding where the wind blows, without understanding where the sunset is, without understanding how to live with the land itself, I took it upon myself to try to experiment that after I did my own house. And it just started circulating. And we started building another one and design another one and help some neighbors and so on. And when I found this property, the owners did not want to continue and pass the pressure of building and permits and so on. I asked him if I can take over and do that. Very convenient, it's next to our studio, next to our house. But I know every winter, summer, I know exactly what's going on for the atmosphere. So the window openings, the beautiful flow of energy that goes in and out, enjoying the sunset and the sunrise. It felt natural to me. It's a fun project.
It is. When I saw this property for the first time during the constructions, I was actually amazed how were you able to put all different styles together. There's all different architecture to put it like in one art piece. What inspired you?
I have a philosophical problem with the architectural world in general. Architect is one of the first occupation in the world. From the times, if you believe that we lived in caves, there was one guy that they came to him and said, listen, we need to expand the caves. Where are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? There was someone that's responsible for that. Then when we start living in communities and little communities, it wasn't one person, the architect, that was responsible to basically answer the needs of society. I think in the last centuries we lost that. Architects become very snobbish, become very full of themselves, and not all of them, but most of them, and it become a thing that I know better than you, that's what I do, and that's what needs to happen when clients come to them. And I don't like that. I like to translate. I see myself as a translator, not someone that invents by himself. So it doesn't matter if you're translating nature, or you're translating people, or a family, or a human being. So I think the responsibility of translating is the most important thing. Then you're coming and start judging architectural styles. Nothing is built today with pure architectural style. People say, oh, I built another Spanish house in wherever it is. It's not Spanish.
Yeah,
it's not the right arches, it's not the right length, it's not the right spread, right? People building Cape Cod homes in the middle of a street with a 40-foot setback. It just physically, Cape Cod seem to have to sit on top of a hill with a beautiful ferry. Exactly. That's the idea of Cape Cod, right? So I think we lost somewhere the point of what is the architectural style. So what's left to do is basically, again, to connect to the art of living. What do you have? Do you have a lot of sunrise? Do you have a lot of sunset? How is the soil? How is the land connecting? And you can start integrating different style and different designs. I personally like everything grounded. I don't like things floating. In certain scenarios, we're doing other projects like the aviator that it's floating completely because they have no land, right? So in this particular case, there was so much land, and so much comfort, and so much good energy and relaxation. I said, let's give a little bit of modernism touch so people will feel up to date. At the same time, very raw material. Everything here is from concrete and stone. Everything. I mean, the sinks, the bathrooms, and so on. I didn't buy anything. We actually sculptured everything we could because I love doing it.
That's amazing, and I actually have like another question.
Sure.
based on what you're just saying. There's also like different cultures, different like. You see those big blue doors, reminds me of Greece. You see those chandeliers, reminds me of Morocco. I mean, there's all like Tuscany. You go outside and look at this. It's like you like by being here, you like on completely different parts of the world. This is what you were trying to show.
I think people today with the internet are much more educated. They deserve more. They experience more. They're exposed to more cultures, right? So if you do, why don't give it to them? You know, why not let them taste if it works together? I mean, some people will like it. I had a big discussion about the purple, right?
Oh yeah, purple. Yes.
Everybody told me, you're crazy, don't do purple.
Lavender fields.
Right? So Malibu in the summer, in the winter, have beautiful lavender fields. Beautiful purple.
I didn't know that.
Beautiful. And on top of that, purple is a royal color, a very relaxed color. So put a little bit purple and a little bit of, we call it in Hebrew, chutzpah. Put a little bit of more fun, you know, not everything have to be serious. You should enjoy. You should wake up in the morning and say, oh, you know, just a little bit.
But it's also like calmness, right?
Yes,
so it just
purple
gives
known
you,
to feel very calm, relaxed feeling. So again, combination of culture, nothing bad. It's fun. To bring someone and he feels a little bit from everything, that's fun. So life is, you know, a beautiful thing. You should enjoy it.
Exactly. And why did you come up? I know it's like you calling it like each project you give a name, right? So this particular is Maliview, right?
It's Maliview Estates, we call it, yes.
Yeah, Maliview Estates.
Malibu and view.
And view.
It's a two combination. There's beautiful views here from every direction. Every room Every location, it's been designed to enjoy the view in different portion of the day. Except the surrounding balconies and covered patio also that you can enjoy it all the time. So the concept of Maliview, when I designed with my crew project, we looking at it as an art piece.
It is an
So
art piece,
it
yeah.
gives you the feeling of a little bit more of respect and attention, and just that's another development that we're doing, right? So in a minute it become an art piece, there's a philosophical integrity that goes into that. And you find reasoning, and it become a very fun process because, so because of that name, let's do that, and just coordinate it. So it become more a philosophical process, not an artistic process, not just
It is,
walls
and
and ceilings.
it's 4 acres of land, and it is like 360-degree views, and you also have barns for horses, right? So just the trails here, do they go like all the way down to
all the way to
ocean?
PCH, all the way to Oxnard. And the beautiful thing about this land, like my house, you don't need to go through the road. You can start
So you go like
riding
like this?
from your home
Oh, that's nice.
anywhere you want. So all the front of this house is basically federal land. So you can just start riding your horse all the way to
How far?
PCH. Miles and miles and miles of trails.
Nice.
Miles of trails. So it's a pure freedom. A lot of people that live in different location need to take the horse, put it in trailer, drive with
Exactly.
it somewhere,
Take
and
it,
then take
go
it.
ride
You don't
it.
need it. You can start from here.
What about golf cart? Can you use a
Yeah,
golf
I
cart?
designed little roads here because it's a lot of acres. So we design roads so you can take your golf cart around,
nice.
you know, and go from the barn up there and take care of the property.
That's amazing. Amit, again, thank you so much for coming, for staying with us. I know it's a hot day, and I know you need to go to your family, but just for letting us to explore and to let us to dive in all this timeless styles of this Maliview estate. It was amazing. Thank you so much.
You.
Thanks.